Hello, everybody.
Hello. Welcome to the show, the big show.
Big show. We have here early with us. We got to chat before the show. The lovely and talented, we're huge fans of hers, Sue Smith.
Yes.
AKA Longsally. We always give that person a round of applause.
And doesn't she look lovely today?
Yes. She looks very
absolutely glowing. And
we're very
natural beauty all the way.
We're very excited to have Sue, MeghansMole, and Resting Dollface on the show to get these three stellar women to discuss this important topic. Is like, I don't know, this is like bigger than, you know, the Dallas finale.
I feel like we're starting a girl band.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the beginning of it. It's like this is how it all started, guys.
Yeah.
He says, Sue Smith, yay, you look beautiful, Sue.
Yay.
Thank you. It's the hair. It's the hair.
And her face.
Megan's poncho's here. Wow, woot.
Woot, 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 woot.
Just gonna wait for the other ladies. I saw Resting Dollface was here and then she went away. So she might have to come
I
back.
can't wait. I've never done a live with her.
She's awesome. She was the inspiration for MeghansMole to do the moon bump challenge, the test.
Allegedly.
What?
No,
No,
she really was.
Yeah.
I remember when MeghansMole first started, she contacted me. I had to show her how to make the videos and how to edit them and how to.
Oh, wow.
I remember her and was it Queen Gertie? I think sent me her first video. What do you think? And because for me, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
I've never been one of those. Let's compete against everybody. For me, it's like more people. It's fabulous.
I agree. And we're all about and us girls got to stick together, I think.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Uh-oh, who's this?
Now we're in trouble.
Is this Resting Dollface?
No, this is MeghansMole.
Oh, that's MeghansMole.
I like how she goes, hi, nerds.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
I decided to be Omid Scrotus today for this.
Scrotus.
I can see that. You are definitely bringing the heat.
I thought it would be very, very, very fitting for today's conversation.
Well, he is quite the stunner, isn't he, Omid, these days?
Oh,
yes,
my.
He looks like a well-touched anus.
Yes,
that's what he looks like.
His loveliness. I heard Prince William called him and asked him to fill in for him next week. Is that true?
Yeah, I heard about that too. And then after that, he's going to take Major Johnny's position after that as well.
Oh my God. Nobody can take Johnny's position.
No.
Sorry.
Yes. So Sue, you have a crush on Johnny like I do as well. Stephanie's
I've had a crush on Johnny for like 2 years now. Everybody who follows me has been watching me crush on this man. He's just too yummy my husband, we're coming up on our 25-year wedding anniversary actually next year. And he's always like, you can peruse the menu. Just make sure you eat at home.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
Yes. I understand.
Peruse.
I understand that. Well, he's hard not to peruse.
God,
you guys, as I was getting ready for the show, this comes up right away. Did you guys see this?
Yeah,
I did.
What in the what is he talking about?
He's not only attacking William and Catherine, he's attacked Andrew. He has attacked Charles and Camilla. He has attacked Sophie and Edward because Sophie and Edward were being interviewed. And they said, well, what do you think about the Oprah show? And she goes, what Oprah show? And so because she said that, he's calling her a bigot.
It's because Sophie said that people on this side of the pond don't know Oprah. They don't pay attention to her, which she's right. People in the UK haven't heard, they don't know Oprah. Oprah is an American thing, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense. It's like me going over to China and asking, hey, do you know about Oprah? I'd be like, no, who the hell is Oprah?
Yeah, true.
Right? Does that instantly make me a bigot because I don't know who Oprah is?
You know,
Yeah.
Harry and Meghan are saying everyone in the family is a racist except for them two.
the truth is, this book has already been panned by the New York Times, which I'm really surprised because the New York Times is really woke. But the New York Times has panned it. It's being panned right and left by everybody because what you're seeing in this book, this is nothing more than Harry and Meghan are fabulous, royal family evil.
Yeah.
Harry and Meghan do all these wonderful things, royal family. Catherine's just, she's no better than just a photo op person. Harry
That
and
made me
Meghan
so mad.
I mean, this is all this book is, but the thing is, people aren't buying the book.
Yeah.
They're not buying it. The pre-sales sucked.
That's
now
obviously what it is.
Right. And now Omid's going around saying, don't look at those excerpts that were done. If you're going to judge on that, buy the book because my words were taken out of context.
Yeah.
And when he said that, it took me back to Harry. Remember, killing the Taliban's like knocking people off a chessboard. And what did Harry say? Evil media took my words out of context. You must buy the book. And he bought the book, and the words were not out of context. They were exactly what he said.
Yeah, I can't imagine anyone reading this.
I just want to say that Resting Dollface is now here. Let's just say hi to her real fast.
Hi, Resting Dollface.
Hey, Resting Dollface.
Hey, ladies.
Oh my God, I'm so excited you're on here.
Me too. I can't believe I'm talking to you. Hey.
Hey, Resting Dollface and MeghansMole, we all decided that we're going to start a girl band after this. Are you in?
Of course. You don't even
Okay,
have
of course.
Definitely.
Well, I don't know how to play an instrument, but we're just going to do it.
Just will be a cappella.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can make popping noises with my mouth if that
There's
talent.
Stephanie's really good at like being to the side here and like going like this with the pen and me constantly grabbing her hand and holding it so it wouldn't hit the mic.
So you guys can do the percussion section.
Marcia, this is a slumber party. That's how I described it to Stephanie this morning. I go, we're having a slumber party.
I hope everybody's got their drinks.
You know, we should do one of these one day with our pajamas and just chill. Hey, okay, so New York Times, Sue was saying, New York Times getting terrible review from the leftist leaning newspaper in all of America.
Well, I have a question for Resting Dollface because she just came on. Resting Dollface, didn't they learn anything from Spare and how I mean,
Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh. I'm sorry.
No, it's supposed to be. I mean, this is not going to fare well for Harry and Meghan. I mean, am I wrong, Resting Dollface?
No, I think you're 100% right. It's like, how much more can we milk this? This is worse than people with half-lives and everything being radioactive. They will not stop so long as there's $1 on the table. Or, hey, we've been away from 20 years, but this is what we know from a source who felt this way.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
I mean, it's just I mean, I just the hate that came from that book.
MeghansMole, this is exactly what I was thinking of this morning. This is the worst thing that could happen to Meghan Markle because she's going to get, I mean, whether she was involved or not, we all know she was involved. We all know that.
This book.
This
Sorry,
is
go ahead.
No, this is going to bury her.
Oh, not just that, but this book has further proven that Meghan is nothing but an ignorant American who thought, and I'm not saying all Americans are like this because I've met a lot of smart Americans like you ladies and Sue, and I think Resting Dollface, I'm going to guess, but I don't know. This just shows again how ignorant and how childish Meghan Markle truly is. Like, she thought that she was going to marry into the royal family and she was going to be a princess who just sits around in a palace all day long wearing crowns, and just her life would be eating bonbons and going to openings and preaching to others about how to live her life. She lives in a fairy tale bubble, and this further has just exposed her to not only being ignorant but to also be so jealous, like psychotically jealous of Catherine, to the point where it's like, you need a straitjacket. I know that Omid likes to say that if there was one line that he said, Catherine, I hate when he calls her Kate. Catherine drives me nuts. But Catherine spent more time talking about Meghan than actually talking to Meghan. Well, no, it actually seems like Meghan is the one who is spending her entire breathing life moments obsessing over Catherine. And I even said in one of my posts, I said, maybe if Meghan wasn't so hyper obsessed with Catherine to the point where it's psychotic, maybe she would have gotten some projects off the ground. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And Sue, don't you think Omid's new book is just drumming up the same stuff over and over again?
You know, it is. He talks about the king liking his sheets crisp and steamed. Well, so do I.
Yeah, his shoelaces ironed.
Shoelaces ironed. That's from 20 years ago.
I know.
He's pulling up, he's dredging up all this old stuff. And listen, this book is essentially nothing but a hit piece on the royal family because Meghan Markle is so jealous. That's what it comes down to. And I completely agree with MeghansMole. She thought she was marrying this super uber wealthy millionaire prince. And she ended up with the spare who got maybe 1 or 2 million from his dad every year. And, you know, remember, she was only in the royal family for a little under 2 years and only did 72 engagements. And every time you turned around, they were on vacation or taking a break. Or and I remember, I wish I could remember where I read it, but I do remember her complaining in one of these articles that after they would go out and do things, she'd have to go home and cook dinner. She honestly thought that there would be people there cooking her dinner, cleaning her house, she would just, you know, and then when she didn't get that kind of life and she actually married somebody who was quite, you know, 2 million a year when you don't have bills, there was no rent, no power, travel was taken care of, is a lot of money. But for her taste runs to the ridiculous expensive. We've seen it.
I've never seen someone throw away an opportunity as
can I jump in here real quick?
Terribly and viciously in my life.
She's jealous.
Idiot.
She's so jealous of Catherine. She's like spitting nails.
I just want to say something here real quick.
Yeah.
Don't you guys find the line where Omid is constantly saying that the royal family is going to become irrelevant without Meghan? And I laugh at that because Meghan is only relevant because she married into the royal family.
Exactly.
Right? Like, how is the royal family going to be irrelevant when Meghan was irrelevant before she came into the royal family? She was a nobody.
That's what they're not understanding, because I'm assuming, Resting Dollface, you're an American.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to be honest with you. I had no idea who the hell she was.
Me neither. And I watched the USA Network. I never heard of Suits.
Never.
I heard of every other show on there, not Suits.
My ex-husband and I would watch that psych show. There was like a psychic show.
But I never heard of
Never
Suits.
heard of it. And maybe if I did see a commercial for it, I didn't know who the hell Meghan Markle was. She wasn't she had never done anything before that.
Yeah.
No.
So I don't understand. I knew in my heart and hearts when she put out that Vanity Fair cover, Wild About Harry, I knew deep down, this isn't going to be pretty. Because that's what I really thought, but I didn't want to say anything. But I just thought okay. Sorry. It's garbage day in Portland, Oregon. So all the garbage trucks are coming by, and
I thought your dog was tired of hearing about Omid Scrotus.
They'll never be tired of that. So Piers Morgan jumped in.
I love this.
I love Piers. I love Piers.
Piers is saying Omid Scobie is a weaselly, what is that? Lick spittle. Making money by peddling garbage about the royals. I know for a fact Endgame is full of lies. Good for you for writing that, Piers. Good for you. Obviously, it's full of lies, but it's nice to know that someone with his platform and his credibility is actually going to say, I know for a fact this is lies.
Well,
I-
Omid knows it's a lie because he accused the Queen of calling Omid to thank him for smacking down Meghan Markle online or something. He's like, that phone call never happened. Where the hell is he getting that from? So it just didn't happen.
He, I can't wait. Has Piers done his show already today? Does anyone know that?
Ooh, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Guys, you know that this entire week, like, get your popcorn ready. Omid is going to be getting dragged by every single network. So far, the Australian networks are laying into him. The
Yeah.
online reports, and I love listening to the Australians because they go in hard, right? They don't sugarcoat nothing. And then we've got media here. Oh, here we go. We've got people online calling him out. And it's so funny because Scobie is already, Scrotus is already in his feelings about how his book is being spoken about. He's going to go into full meltdown this week.
Can I just say, if you're going to buy Endgame, save your money, buy my father's book instead.
Yeah.
Buy that book.
Okay, your father's?
Endgame. Yeah, you know what? My
I'll
father,
put it-
my father died like 9-10 years ago from Alzheimer's, and then my mother died. My mother died Thanksgiving morning several years ago, and I just now got around to going through a box, and I found a book, a children's book my father wrote, and I had it published.
Well, we should talk about that after the show because I would love to talk about that because our grandma passed away from dementia on Thanksgiving years ago too, so we have that connection.
That connection.
Yeah, so let's not talk about that now because that can get heavy.
Not now.
We will want to do your father's book.
Well,
sure.
I just wanted to bring up.
Well, let's see
sorry.
this. So, MeghansMole, you put this up. Do you want to read it, or do you want me to?
You know, if you click below that tweet, I put the actual link to the tweet of this chat. Oh,
I didn't do it.
I
don't have it on. I just took a screenshot of it. Sorry. I can find it though. I'm not that.
He's saying you're commenting on trash articles written by people who don't have the book and are citing words that don't even exist in the manuscript. I encourage you to read the chapter.
See, that's the thing. He's pissed because people are. He wants you to buy the book.
Can I just also say one other thing? I know MeghansMole's in the middle of something, but let me just point something out. Omid Scobie reached out to Steph the Altar Nerd and said, I do not back the Sussex squad. I do not appreciate their behavior, blah, blah, blah. This whole thing. She did a whole show on it last night.
Really?
And yet today I found articles where he reached out to specific Sussex squad supporters, had them sign NDAs and gave the books to them early. And they were posting on Twitter. This
he didn't say that
on Twitter about how the Wales family is getting dragged.
So he gave out galley copies. He was giving out galley copies.
I don't know what galley copy is.
When it's before it goes to the public, people press like galley copies.
So I saw that stream with Steph. I was in the comment section, and she showed a screenshot of Omid had DM'd her and had basically told her that what she was saying about him wasn't. She made a video about him, right, where she was criticizing him and stuff, and basically she eventually took down that video. But then she went back and found tweets from 2018 when he called out. He didn't really even call out the Sussex squad. He was more like, I don't agree with anyone bullying. But Steph was spinning it as, oh, he's denouncing the Sussex squad, which I don't think he was exactly doing that. To be honest, I'll tell you what I feel. I told Steph, I feel like you're walking into a trap. I feel like he's reached out to you and he's trying to butter you up to make you walk into a trap about something. Because if you saw now, she's going to be doing a live reading on her YouTube channel. And you need to be careful with that because, well, you guys know what would happen, right?
I suggest, now she's the one who goes on Popcorn Planet.
Yeah.
Okay. If you guys, I would suggest the same thing. She should not read that book on.
No, but it was just very sus. I think a lot of people got upset with her doing that live from what I could see, because she seemed like she was very excited to have been DM'd by Omid Scobie. And some people were like, why are you fangirling over Omid? Right? Like it came across like that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
That
I
does
know
sound
that,
like a trap. It sounds like a
it
trap.
sounded like a huge, and I messaged her and I told her, so there's only so much a person can do, right? I gave her the warnings of a friend and told her just watch out, because it sounds very much like what Ellie Hall did to Yankee Wally.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's got very much Ellie Hall vibes. Like when I saw her live, just the first 5 minutes, I was like, oh my God, this is like all over again. Ellie Hall and Yankee Wally.
Yeah.
100%.
That sounds like a trap. Resting Dollface, you keep your Twitter page private, which is smart. But do you notice that people are trying to somehow do you ever notice that? Like you get DMs or anything like that? Sometimes I do, where I'll get like, hey, you can trust me or something like that. Like I know it's the Sussex squad reaching
definitely. Some people are a little too gregarious with trying to offer, hey, guess what I found? And I'm like, thank you. And then I still get the information. And then they start sharing their entire life story. So I do try to take it person by person, account by account. But I was watching stuff, the alternate too. And, while, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm all about integrity. My question too was, if that's the case, if he's really denouncing the Sussex squad, then who is his fan base? Who's going to buy this book?
Yeah.
Nobody.
He gave them away free to the Sussex squad. So
nobody's going to buy that book.
Well, this whole thing that he doesn't know Meghan, but he boasts in the book that in 2018, she called him to make sure he was okay because he was getting death threats on Twitter or whatever he was saying was happening. But this was the last day they were at Buckingham Palace, correct? And they were saying goodbye to their staff. I mean, he's right there.
He's right there. Can I say something about that? I said something that was either in today's video or tomorrow's video. He said in court, when he was asked in court, do you have Harry's number? He goes, I don't have Harry's number. Yeah. Nobody asked him if he had Meghan's number. And I cannot tell you how many times I said in my videos, he may not have Harry's number, but I guarantee you he's got Meghan's number, because if Meghan didn't have his number and he didn't have Meghan's number, how was she able to call him to console him about supposed threats he's getting? And how did he know that that's who was calling him at that exact moment? They're absolutely connected. They absolutely have each other's phone numbers. There's stuff. It's just like her hands are all over this book. There's absolutely no way that he could have half that information unless it came from Meghan. Now, we all know what happened with Finding Freedom. We all know what happened. We didn't have anything to do with it. They swore, both of them.
We have to be able to say we had nothing to do with it. Here's my email showing I said we had nothing
to do with it. They both swore in court, swore to God Almighty that they had nothing to do with this, and they were both found out that they perjured themselves. Notice that neither Harry nor Meghan themselves have come out to say we had nothing to do with this book. Other people might have come out and said it, but not the two of them.
But because they're liars, and B, if this was a legitimate book, someone had a good point. I don't know who said this on Twitter, but they said if this was a book criticizing the monarchy and saying it's outdated or whatever the hell they're trying to peddle, he would have constructive criticism and ideas on how to make it better. He's not doing any of those things. In reality, he's just bashing the Windsors, and he's making Harry and Meghan look like they're just they haven't done anything wrong.
What can I say? Harry and Meghan good, royal family bad.
Harry and Meghan. But I was going to get back to that Finding Freedom when Harry and Meghan basically said, "Oh, we just forgot." Yeah, we can back to that. We just forgot that.
This is why she's not allowed to read her notes, because
this is why recollections may vary. Everyone, okay, they forgot.
No, I'm just saying, how much longer are they going to play the what is it when you forget something?
Well, they
amnesia. How much longer are they going to play the amnesia card, where it's like, oh, we just don't remember? Are they going to do it with this book too?
Yes.
I mean, the Americans are not falling for this. It's just annoying.
This really pissed me off. They're bringing up Black Lives Matter.
Why?
they didn't think that the royal family, and I think he mentioned the Queen particularly, they didn't do enough during the movement.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Harry and Meghan did?
Mad about that?
Well,
And Harry and
Meghan
Meghan
did a speech that nobody asked for her graduating class
Yeah.
at her high school, where she was like haloed and so, oh my gosh, that filter was so like smartphone 2011, can't explain it. But yeah, she went out and she's like, I this, I that. By the way, all these things, and you know, during the riots where actually I was in punk. There you go. Yes.
That's it. Saint Meghan.
Yes.
Let's all do it together.
See no evil.
She was like, I can't believe she's getting on. I mean, Omid, I say she because it's obviously Omid and Meghan on this, but they're going to play this Black Lives Matter thing again. They're going to drum this up. Do you know why you know what? You want to come after me and call me a bigot? I didn't support Black Lives Matter. You know why? Because I read the fine print before I give to an organization, and I don't believe in Marxism. Everybody has that right. They're a Marxist organization, and I said there's no way I'm giving money to a Marxist organization. And I told that to everybody 3 years ago. The royal family, they didn't have to do anything. Of course, literally Black Lives Matter.
It's in
What?
another country.
It's in another country. Oh man,
We're not a Commonwealth. Sorry, but we're not. Like, we appreciate the royal family. We're not in the Commonwealth. We have our own things we're dealing with here. So why would they?
It's not the British royal family's business to get involved in American politics and stuff.
Exactly. And can I just say that well, MeghansMole just said you don't get involved in politics, which is what Harry and Meghan have done, but they're not supposed to. But you said Commonwealth, and you might want to remember, everybody might want to remember that the Commonwealth is voluntary. They're calling it Empire 2.0. It's voluntary, people. It's to facilitate trade among the people in the Commonwealth, which helps everybody with their economy. But Harry and Meghan want you to think that it's some sort of evil empire, that the palace is over. If they don't want to be in it, leave.
Don't be in it. You know, and shame on Netflix. Shame on Netflix for letting them spin that narrative with the, remember the beginning of the episode with the black and white reels of the Queen and Prince Philip going to all those Commonwealth nations, and they just spewed it like it was like colonialism and everything. And the way they spun it, shame on Netflix for that, because what they did was just make more animosity. I mean, they made people who don't know anything about history just act like idiots. I mean, it was just so stupid.
Well, right. The entire Netflix thing was designed. They keep saying, we never said racism. We never said race. Yet every bit of it was, you know, I grew up with this. And then her mom comes on. Yeah, you know, it was something different. It was about race. You're like, what is this about? You said a love story. But I think, thank you for bringing up the Netflix, because if you look back at the whole 2016, her modernizing the monarchy, you're like, how? And same thing now. Oh, it's so outdated and won't survive without them. And you look back at Netflix with that god-awful curtsy, it tells you exactly what she thought. She thought, as an American with her own opinion, not as Americans, it was like medieval times, you know? Is it good?
And that's the other thing. They're constantly saying that, you know, when they did the Oprah show, and then they came back and said that they never claimed racism. In my video today, I have strung together multiple things from the Oprah show where this is different because it's racism. And he goes, and this, you know, the stuff about her race, and she goes, it's racism, really? And, you know, I strung it all together. Then he came back and said, we never said racism.
Yeah. Oh, I've got that video.
UK press said that.
I have that video, Sue. Let's roll it.
Oprah interview, you accuse members of your family of racism. You don't even, well,
the British press said that.
Oh, that's smart. Can you rewind that and just pause it right there?
Yeah, I actually did that yesterday or Saturday on my live. I paused it
right there.
No, it goes right. It goes here.
Members of your family of racism. You don't even,
well, the British press said that.
Right here. I would love. I wonder how Tom Bradby didn't just reach over and smack this snark off his face,
slap him in the face.
I would.
He looked so uncomfortable.
MeghansMole, I completely agree with you. I don't know how he continued on with that freaking interview, because Harry made him look like a fool.
Oh, Oh,
complete
yeah.
idiot.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there was a girl who was she was a BLM activist, and she was on Piers Morgan a while back, and she said she's British, and she said, I just can't believe that we fell for it. Like,
Oh,
she's
I know
like,
who you're talking
I
about.
know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. I can't think of
The
her name.
loud one.
yeah. No, but she did say that. She said, I just can't believe we fell for it. You can't take something like that back. You can't say that the skin tone. I mean, he's going to, I wonder how many pages he's going to devote to this skin tone crap. I mean, I just wonder.
Listen, this is just another, like I said, they claimed racism. They dialed back the racism claims. And when they didn't get what they wanted, and there was no birthday party invite, and there was no invitation to Christmas, now they have doubled down. Now there's 2 racists, supposedly Omid claims, but he can't release the names due to UK law. Isn't that convenient? No, because if he released the names, his butt would be dragged into court so fast it'd make his head whip off.
MeghansMole arresting Dollface. Do you guys have any do you know what the reason why he's saying it? Is it just liable, or the fact that he's lying? And
Well, it's obvious bullshit, and he'll get slammed with a defamation case if he does.
Okay.
Him
Okay.
and the
All the stuff
publishing
in case-
company.
Oh, I'm sorry, Meg. Yeah, I was going to say, look at everything he's in court for lately. He had to go to the court, UK court, what was it, in May? And he had to say, oh, I had nothing to do with Harry. I don't have his number. And then he shows up on his Instagram showing, hey, I'm in LA. I'm at Beverly Hills Hotel. The same weekend that Harry's late for court. And the UK court says, hey, we think y'all were hanging out. Prove to us you're not. You can't talk to anybody after this. He goes, oh, what, my kids? No, your mouthpiece. Okay, we know what's going on.
Exactly.
Omid was also called out because if you remember, Harry during his court case leaked documents that the judge had specifically said that weren't meant to be leaked, and they were leaked through Omid Scobie. And I remember the judge had reprimanded Harry's lawyers, solicitors at the time.
Was that when they filed in court and the judge said, like, they filed in court and like less than an hour later, Omid tweeted something.
Yeah.
And the judge said there's absolutely no way he could have known about that unless you gave him the information.
Because it was supposed to be under seal. It wasn't supposed to be publicated or anything. Right. Omid went and spoke right about it within under an hour. It was on Twitter. And
but isn't that so delicious that Harry has to continue this court case with absolutely no evidence? I mean, this is so delicious.
They have filed to try to get that reversed. They want is it Levison or Levison?
I don't know. Levison inquiry.
Levison inquiry. Thank you. Yeah, okay. They're trying to get it reversed because without that, they have no evidence. They have nothing.
Mm-hmm. So Omid, I guess, was having a tantrum yesterday. I've been blocked, obviously. He was having a tantrum.
Yeah, I've been blocked.
I'm sure we all have. He was having, I guess, a tantrum yesterday on the Twitter.
The X.
He did not like all this and how people are twisting his words and by the book. And he's going to set the story straight in his interviews this week. So we have a little bit of Good Morning America. Did you guys see this
teaser? And then tonight it's going to be Nightline.
Did you guys see this?
No.
With the pubes on his head. Let's go.
Yes. Okay, let's go.
Let's watch this.
That's why he's called Omid Scrotus.
Yeah. First Omid Scabie Scrotus on Good Morning America.
Games pages are full of palace intrigue, warring princes, and big questions about the monarchy's future. Among the claims, it was not one, but 2 people who raised questions about Archie's skin tone.
Do you know who made those comments about Archie's skin color?
I do know who made the comments about Archie's skin color. The names were mentioned in letters between Meghan and Charles that were exchanged sometime after the Oprah interview. We know from sources that Charles was horrified that that's how Meghan felt those conversations were, and that he wanted to, sort of as a representative of the family, have that conversation with her. And it's why I personally think that they have been able to move forward with some kind of line of communication afterwards, though they may not see eye to eye on it.
Scobie says UK law prevents him from revealing who those 2 people are. But on the brothers' rift, he doesn't hold back, pointing the finger at Prince William, saying he briefed the press about Prince Harry.
He's sharing private information about his brother that ended up on the front page of a newspaper not long later. You know, these
Can you
are things
pause
that
it
have
right here?
caused
I gotta say something.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yes,
bursting at the seams here. Can I say, number one, the audacity that Omid has complaining about William said things about his brother that ended up on the front page of newspaper. Excuse me, but I seem to be old enough to remember that Harry spoke about William's uncircumcised penis in Spare, and I'm sure nobody wanted to know about that. I mean, the audacity of this guy to sit there and complain, oh, William briefed the press about stuff about Harry and it made the front pages. Bullshit.
Yeah,
This
you're
is
right.
what you're
Complete
good point.
projection.
No,
Harry and Meghan good, royal family bad.
bad.
Notice how they've changed the narrative here, because before, when Her Majesty the Queen was still with us, it was, oh, we're zooming with the Queen. I even on the Oprah, I just picked her up and called her and she answered because it was me. And now it's, oh, after the Oprah interview, King Charles was so upset. We waited this long so we could say it's King Charles because now we have a new monarch. Where was that before? Oh, that's right. They all ended it with recollections may vary.
May vary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the recollections may vary came from Catherine because Meghan switched the script on the whole crying thing. There were people there. It was Meghan and Jessica Mulroney who made Catherine cry.
Yep.
Well, and they've both proven to be bullies. So even Jessica.
Can I just make another point here?
Yeah.
But how the hell are we supposed to trust a man who doesn't even trust his own skin color?
Yeah, I know. I mean,
let's be honest. Omid Scobie has erased every inch of Persianness or Iranianness to him,
ethnicness.
Right?
I can't say that word.
Ethnicity, his ethnicity.
Ethnicity. Now, do you guys remember what's her face? She's married to that Jonas brother, Priyanka Chopra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She used to do, and I allegedly think this. She admitted to buy, because I guess it was popular in India, buying that lightening cream for your skin.
I remember
and she
that.
admitted to that because she did ads for it. Now, I allegedly think Meghan might have done that too. Allegedly.
Meghan?
Maybe.
Well, or you mean Omid?
And Omid.
Yeah.
But I'm allegedly saying that.
Well, can I just say that when it comes to Omid, he also claims in that interview he gave that he has never, ever, ever had plastic surgery. If you look, and when the guy, according to the article, the guy looked at him and raised his eyebrow. And Omid said, okay, fine, I've done Botox like once. But I'm like, excuse me, his entire nose, the skin is falling off his face. He has had more plastic surgery. It's like, oh my God.
He's had more than Kim Kardashian, man.
He's a liar. He's as much of a liar as
not even the same face from Finding Freedom interviews. Okay. So unless it was an allergic reaction to the Botox, I'm not understanding.
He said that he only gets ultra light radiotherapy or something
to tighten his skin. His skin has fallen off the side of his face.
I know.
Look at the nose, though. Look at the nose in this picture. Now look at there's a picture of him looking sideways with a ring on that looks like Catherine's ring.
Yes,
I don't know where that picture is, but his nose in that picture has gone from being like this to like hooking. And the skin on the side of his face is like down to here.
I know.
It's so Kardashian.
It's bad plastic surgery.
It's bad, but I don't think he had. Maybe he just did too. Guys, yeah. As far as
something done, don't go
just stop touching that. He needs to stop touching that face.
Just stop, Omid.
You need to just age gracefully, people.
Yeah, dude. You're gonna look better.
Or just stop, man. Just stop. Okay, let's
have poor guy. He's just showing us that you are not just ugly, just broke. Okay.
Okay. Plastic surgeons.
Omid probably got his work done in a Tijuana backdoor clinic.
Exactly.
But you know what? You are true about that in some sense, because if you're going to do that to your face, you better know that you're going to have the money to continue to do it, because
let me be honest here. Let me tell you something here. I've had work done myself. I've had my nose done. It's something normal, right? Everyone gets their nose done. When I went to go get my nose done, this was like about 7 years ago. I paid nearly $11,000 for the best doctor in our city to do it because it's on your face. People are going to be looking at it a lot, right? It's right there. Omid Scobie looks like he's getting like discount 2-for-1 jobs done in like a seedy motel room somewhere by some guy named Juan Rico.
Yeah, it's an injection party for the social climbers. We're all meeting in room 203.
Can I just say,
Tijuana back alleys.
And MeghansMole knows this too. And I think everybody knows this. I had to have some reconstruction done on my face after my accident. I can't imagine that anybody gets addicted to plastic surgery. There is nothing nice about it.
I don't know why anybody could get addicted.
Why would you want to?
I don't know. Since we're disclosing, I guess, because it might come out. When I don't know, a while ago, when I was married, my husband, who was an attorney, he comes home one day and he goes, I got my Christmas bonus. And he goes, why don't we get the breast enhancements you've been talking about? And I go, well, I only want to do that when I'm like in my 40s, when they start to, go down. And he goes, no, you should get it now. So full disclosure, I made him pay $20,000 like MeghansMole. You got to go to the best doctor you can.
I never had it.
79. But I don't regret it, but you can't, there is a limit then. You don't get obsessed with it then.
Yeah.
So, I am glad that my husband paid that. Yeah. But I'm just saying, because it probably will come out eventually. If I'm talking about Omid's face, I'm sure somebody will be, well, Nancy, we all know that happened.
I should probably, Nancy?
What?
Was it a good investment? Can you lay on your back and just float now?
I love it. I got the gummy bear.
Did you get my joke?
Yeah, I got your joke. But MeghansMole, I should probably come to your town because of all the things I had fixed, and I had a lot done to fix all this. The one thing I did not get fixed was my nose. I have a really bad deviated septum from where it was broken, and everybody's like,
call it?
You need to fix that. And I'm like, nope. Because I've seen what they do for nasal surgery. Oh, heck no.
To get
you have a cute
I've
nose.
wanted to get a nose job for so long, like you have no idea, because it's always been a thing. But
don't go to Scobie's doctor.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna not do it now. I'm not gonna do it now. But the gummy bear, I don't regret, and I'm glad my ex-husband paid for it. Thank you, ex-husband.
Well, let's get out of this.
Let's play the rest.
Let's play the rest of this this Nightline teaser.
Okay, you guys ready to go back to it?
Yeah,
ready. Go ahead.
Damage in the relations between each other.
Scobie says Prince William has become, quote, a company man.
We've seen the kind of emergence of a man who is much harder, who seems to have embraced and embodied the royal institution.
Extracts released over the weekend contend that Harry's willing to end the rift, has tried to reach out to his brother, and according to Scobie, relations with King Charles may be on the mend.
But there is a kind of steady, open line of communication between the two, where they're able to talk with each other, where Harry, I would say, clearly understands that his father probably isn't the most emotional or open person.
ABC News reached out to both.
Yeah, we didn't see him breaking down all week during the funeral.
What is he talking about? Oh my God.
Is he just
he makes it sound like it's a character flaw that William is embracing the monarchy and the job that he's born into. And I might add, his mother was a staunch monarchist.
Yes, she raised William to be that way. I mean,
what is he talking about?
Well, he's just lying.
Okay,
and he's a hypocrite. He just contradicted himself. He first says, obviously Prince Charles was not okay with this, and you could tell it affected him emotionally to hear that these things happened in this letter. And then later, he has no emotion. He's just a king. Look at him.
I know.
There's no proof that Meghan even sent that letter or that Charles read that letter. And I'm questioning even the letter. Listen,
I agree.
You have this is no different than the miscarriage story. It was, I went to pick up Archie and I fell to the ground having a miscarriage. Then it was, I was outside my house with a friend and I fell to the ground with Archie having a miscarriage. Then in the Spare, it was, I woke up with abdominal pain, started bleeding, and went to the hospital.
There were three separate stories.
We have a whole video.
It's the same thing with the royal racist. Harry said it happened before they were even married, and it was one conversation. Meghan then said it happened while she was pregnant with Archie. Now they're claiming there were two racists. I mean, their stories just keep evolving as they're trying to get people to believe them. But the truth is, people just don't believe them anymore.
Well,
no.
Can you imagine? That's why Hollywood doesn't want them around.
And that's why, I mean,
let's finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stephanie's so confused.
No, I'm not. I'm not confused, but I have, it's like the world really does see them as a joke.
Yes.
And then I'm thinking to myself, because she's on the red carpet, was it Variety red carpet the other day, and she was like, well, we just have so many new exciting projects coming up, and stuff that's going to make you feel. I mean,
she was lying.
No, I understand, but where could they go from here? All they can do is what, like a Kardashian style reality show? Yes. Isn't that
what they're
it?
trying to do now, because the Spotify deal went and everybody's like, well, Spotify paid them 20 million. No, they didn't. They didn't meet metrics. Spotify probably paid them like 3 million. And that was gone the first year with security costs. Then you have Netflix. Well, you know, The Pearl got canceled. Live to Lead was somebody else's work and nobody even paid it any attention. The Harry and Meghan show got panned. And now you've got, the soccer player?
Invictus.
No, the soccer player and his wife. The ones that they're fighting with.
Beckham.
The Beckhams, their show is through the roof.
Oh, it was great.
Invictus did not do well either. So it's like, I think Netflix, I mean, they have nothing new with Netflix.
What are they going to do?
I think Netflix is going to cancel their contract when it comes up for renewal at the end of next year. I think Netflix is, I don't think they got their 100 million from Netflix. They were being paid by the work. They haven't done the work. I heard they're trying to get Audible, but they keep trying to do things like the Obamas. But the problem is, the problem is Audible wants Harry. Audible does not want Meghan. Dior wants Harry. Dior doesn't want Meghan, but Harry keeps pushing Meghan to the forefront. Find your dream, darling. The problem is nobody wants her.
And they came to America demanding things. They demanded to have a Netflix show. They demanded to have a book deal. They demanded, you know what? America, that's not how America is. You have to work man.
For it.
You have to win us over. You have to show us why. And nobody likes a victim. We like people who overcome. We will take somebody who, you know, falls down 7 times, stands up 8 any day of the week, because we're all going through that. We don't want to hear, I was given the world on a silver platter and ran away. Woe is me. Give me millions, give me millions, give me millions.
I'm so sick of their victim narrative.
Love a comeback story. We love a comeback story.
Their victim narrative is so old. Nobody is buying what they're selling anymore.
I know. And it's like, that's why I'm saying, I don't know where they would go from now, unless she comes out with like a culotte line. Or a bronzer line. You know what I mean? Or something, you know? No, I'm talking about a culotte line.
Maybe Tyler Perry will give him a job.
Maybe.
I doubt it.
No. We talked about this. And the reason why Tyler Perry will not give her a job is because he will lose his audience. And his audience is Black women. And Black women will not accept her as a Black woman. I mean, as someone who watches Tyler Perry movies and used to be a fan of his, there is absolutely no way that he will bring her into his media company. I just can't see that happening.
I don't know Tyler Perry, and I've never watched his stuff, but I did hear that he was a deeply religious man. So I was really disgusted when he sat there and said, well, if I have to do this thing over there, then I'm like, so you pass judgment on that whole family with only ever hearing Meghan's side of it. Tell me, Tyler Perry, how do you feel now knowing through the Freedom of Information Act that it was Meghan that leaked where they were?
Exactly.
How do you feel about that? He's never said a word.
MeghansMole, do you think Tyler Perry knew about the address being forgiven, I think, now.
I think he does.
Yeah, I think
he does, but I honestly think that Meghan has taken him for a fool too. Like, he believed her lies.
Oh yeah.
I think that Meghan knew that Tyler Perry had insecurity issues with his father because of how his father treated his mother. And she preyed on that, and she used that against him. And she said that Thomas Markle did the same things and put his hands on her.
Yeah.
I honestly, because when you watch the documentary, Tyler Perry makes an interesting comment, which I never could understand why he said that. And he said that Meghan had been abused, and so had Harry, and the royal family had done that. And I was like, why would he say that about them? And then when later on, I heard his story about what happened with his father, right? And then when, oh God, I'm losing my train of thought here. I 100% believe that Meghan told him that Thomas Markle did the same to her to get him on her side.
I think so too. I think because he even said in the Netflix thing, that's what a batterer does, where they take everything away from you.
Yeah.
And that's what he was trying to insinuate. Like,
Yeah.
like they tried to get out, and that's why they took all the money away.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? $14 million is taking all the money away.
What 14 million? Harry was worth over $30 million when he sat on that Oprah couch and said, "I only have what my mom left." He forgot to mention it was $30 million. And he also forgot to mention, as he was saying, "My dad cut me off." He forgot to mention his father had been giving him millions.
Yeah.
A one-time payment of several million, but he didn't mention that either. I have no. I have no sympathy for these people at this point. They're multimillionaires. They're living the dream. They've been given everything, life on a silver platter. She's back to wearing $15,000 dresses and $5,000 shoes because that's all she'll wear. I'm sure she was disgusted at Invictus being made to wear things that were, $800. I'm sure it just grated on her skin.
That was such a disaster.
But I mean, this victim narrative, when we're in a cost of living crisis on both sides of the pond, and people are losing their jobs, and they're having to choose between, heat and eat. People don't want to hear about their sob story anymore. It's like, take your sob story and shove it.
Yeah.
Your 1 hour a week that you work.
Yeah.
And go away.
Yeah.
Rusty Dollface.
Archwell. They're out there. Oh, we get to keep 90% or whatever of what you donate. I wear tens of thousands of clothes. I change 4 or 5 times a day for Invictus. Here's $2,500 worth of feminine products. Aren't we your hero?
Yeah.
And the products that are donated aren't even from them. They're from the companies that they partner up with.
Exactly.
They haven't given one dime of their own money. They only give money that other people have donated to them.
They're those wedding guests that add their name to a card. That's who they are.
Yeah.
Didn't she bring stuff from Costco, like chips from Costco and drinks from Costco?
Yes, when she went to Uvalde
to exploit that school shooting.
And that whole autism thing the other night at the hockey game, that really got my
know what?
goat.
I wanted to ask, was MeghansMole?
Yes, darling.
Was that woman really autistic?
She was on the autism spectrum. She's on the autism spectrum, and she was singing. She's actually local from, I think it was Surrey, it said, which is not even like a 30-minute drive outside of Vancouver. But yeah, she's on the autism spectrum. And if you actually listen, because there's video of her, you can hear her singing. She has a beautiful voice.
I did hear it. I can't play it on here, but I did hear it.
That evening, they had over 18,000 people in attendance at the game. And let me tell you what else. So this event, it was supposed to be Autism Awareness Night, right? Or Autism Acceptance Night, not awareness, acceptance. Yes. It was their 5th annual. So this would have been their 5th year of having it. And usually what they do, and I had a stinking feeling about this, and I have a feeling that I'm right about this. Usually when they have these kinds of evenings, they will have a child that the charity is hosting, or they're taking care of their family or something, and they will have the child drop the puck. I wouldn't put it past for a second that Harry took that once in a lifetime moment from a child. That would have meant so much for him.
I believe that.
And to be honest, usually when the person who is dropping the puck, they would be wearing the home team's jersey. right? Harry and Meghan were gifted official Canucks jerseys, NHL official jerseys, which are at least $250 each. They didn't wear that, nor did they wear any Invictus gear. I mean, they used, if you look at it, Vancouver Canucks has like an Invictus Vancouver promo video. Basically, they went to this game to show off this promo video and use it for them to get content. But they overshadowed the entire night. And that evening, they raised over $2.2 million for autism by the fans. Yeah, it was the fans and their donations who raised that much. And get this, on top of not only hijacking the entire evening and making it all about them, they didn't even leave any donations.
Correct.
They are just pieces of work.
Ghouls, absolute leeches of society. I wanted to also mention that if you had read Tom Bauer's book, you know the short period of time that Harry and Meghan were in the royal family, you know that Charles was giving them an allowance of £4.5 million, right?
Yeah.
During that short time, they still got that allowance. And they still got another $4.5 million allowance from Charles when they went to California to start their life anew.
Wow.
Yeah, and this girl claims to want to be a humanitarian philanthropist, right?
He's still right. He's still saying it in the book. He's saying that they're going to do.
Yeah.
Well,
everything is there's things
we're going to.
Yeah. Oh, she's in talks for this. You know what? The only thing we know for sure she's probably in the talks for, there's a great Suits reunion happening next year for a live table read.
Man, if that's all she's got, you know what? That'll probably
she's never done. It's Suits. Nothing else.
That or Deal or No Deal reunion.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Ladies, let's just finish this Good Morning America, and then we'll take
Buckingham Palace for response. Neither wanted to comment, and we have yet to hear back from a Sussex spokesperson. And guys, there was so much more in our interview. Omid tells us that he often felt as if he was caught up in a family drama, and that Meghan even reached out to him just to check in on him to see if he was okay. He also says that despite rumors, he's actually not even that close with Harry and Meghan, and that he never chose Team Sussex. Guys, you can read it.
Not that close, but she just 2 seconds ago said Meghan reached out to him to see if he's okay. But they're not that close. I mean, if I'm not close to you, I'm not reaching out to you.
Man.
But can I tell you guys this? There's Meghan has always held on to her 416 number.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Her 416 number is her Toronto number. So this way, people can't really trace it back to her, right? Because she's been using the other numbers as opposed to a California number. So if Omid Scobie says, oh, well, I don't talk to her in California, she doesn't call me in California. Well, they're just playing semantics with words, right?
Word semantics, exactly.
Plausible deniability.
Yeah. It is. And then get this. After I was talking about this, I think Enty said something about Meghan Markle keeping a 416 number and using it to be in contact with Omid.
He released that. That was a good one.
God.
You know what? When it comes down to it, if you guys looked at the author's note in the back of the book, it says he spoke to ex-palace aides. That would be James Holt, who still works for them.
Wow.
Family members. That would be Doria, because there are no other family members.
And Marcus.
And friends. That would be Marcus Anderson.
And Harry and Meghan.
So this is the consensus of what all the
baby-faced. Who was drunk when they were writing that headline?
They were definitely drunk when they wrote this. And like the royal hanger honor. He's a stage 5 flinger. Yeah. So he's not getting very. Yeah, I didn't get the baby face comment either. I didn't understand.
Like, look at that. That is not a baby face. Okay, that's a horror show.
But you know,
I can see why he's how old? He's like in his late 30s, early
42.
40s.
Him and Meghan are the same.
He's still single. He says, I'm single, but I got my French bulldog to keep me company. I'm like,
I just want to know. Okay, so we saw him tape. We saw him tape the Good Morning America from LA. So where was he going last night to New York? Why is he in New York? You think that's for Gayle King?
Probably.
Yeah.
Because the nightlight Nightline thing is tonight.
Yes, but he already did that. But what I'm saying is, what is he filming in New York?
It's got to be Gayle King.
It's got to be Gayle.
It's the same people. It's Gayle King, Oprah, Omid, Tyler. It's the same, inner circle group of 4 or 5 people. I'll never forget Gayle King on TV going, well, I'm not trying to break news or anything, but I know Harry spoke to his family and it was unproductive and blah, blah, blah. That was the minute the royal family said, we're not talking to him anymore because every time we speak, it's going to be on the morning news.
Yeah.
So Omid's claiming that they've had all these phone calls back and forth. I don't believe it.
You know what I think Omid's pissed off about? I think he's pissed off not only the fact that William cut him from everything, but I think he's pissed off over the fact that William made him look like a complete ass when he told Harry and Meghan that the Queen was probably going to come by train, and he went and instantly reported it on the news and told everyone that the Queen's coffin would be arriving by train.
Yeah,
exactly. He set him up.
I feel bad for laughing, but yeah, that was the sweetest moment for me because it was great. He had put it on Twitter. He was saying it to anyone that would listen.
And I don't understand why Omid thinks he's hurting Prince William in his book by saying, oh, he's just like this dominant force now. Well, oh God, he's stepping up to the plate like a king.
Oh wow,
it's like,
man.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, dude.
He's fulfilling his whole purpose like Diana would have wanted him to, and his father and his grandmother, and like Harry and Meghan wish they could. Yeah. Oh no,
making him look like a stud, man.
I mean, if anything, this is the best thing that could happen for Prince William.
Oh God.
Oh, sorry. William is stable. He's getting shit done. He's living a good life with his wife and his children, and they're actually thriving. People want to be around him. They're popular. Look at the crowds. He doesn't have to pay for crowds.
Yeah, America loves him.
Yeah. He came to America and not make up a car chase.
America adores
He ran through Central
William.
Park and nobody knew. That was
Americans adore the royal family. They love William. Harry and Meghan's mistake was they thought that we would love to have royals on this side of the pond. No. Not these royals. Now, if William and Catherine came here, my ass would be all over it.
Oh yeah.
It's like Princess Madeline from Sweden. She quietly moved to Miami. And
didn't they just move back though?
Did they? I have no idea.
I think they did.
Okay. We're running really late. I can't believe I have these 3 ladies as long as I have. But does anybody have any questions before we go? I just wanted. Do you girls have
one? The hour went by so quick.
I know. I told Sue, I was like, it's going to be fun. Don't worry.
Guys, don't worry. We're going to do this again. It's going to be so much fun.
We'll call it a slumber party.
I was very nervous because I was like, oh my God, just because to be around these 3 women, but it's amazing. So does anybody,
you made our day.
You really did. Does anybody have any questions? You guys have some really funny comments. I'll give you that.
The chat is hilarious right now. I can't stop looking at it.
I know. Me too.
The chat is going off. It's a mess.
They want to know. Oh, Megan's Poncho wants to know, what are the ladies' Christmas traditions?
Ladies, what are your Christmas traditions this year?
I don't know. The little one is pretty little, so I'm just enjoying that,
That is...
just enjoying them while he's little,
Oh my God. That took me a second.
I just got that.
Okay, I'm there.
Well played.
That was funny, MeghansMole.
How do we? I mean, that tops the whole show, right?
Okay, have a good night now.
Good night. Go off on a good note.
Good night, everybody. I'm going to be like Johnny Carson. No, Resting Dollface, do you have any traditions or anything you get excited about?
Oh yes, my man Candy has rented us a very posh mansion in the hills, and I'm gonna have my dad and my mom. We're gonna roast chicken, vegan. And have friends over, so very excited.
That'll be fun. What about you, Sue?
Jewish.
Okay, all right. Eddie Retch, who's in the chat, he's going to be He's going to be guest hosting on Wednesday night. He is our Jewish. We have many Jewish friends. We celebrate both. So
yeah, I have, my husband's Catholic. I mean, at this point, our kids are out of the, one is out of college and working, and the other one is in college.
Yeah.
And they'll come home, and at, Hanukkah, you give one gift a night for 8 nights. Well, at their ages, they get one big gift.
Well,
that's good.
Eddie and I are going to do a special Hanukkah show because we figured, Eddie, it's the 8th of December, I believe.
Mm-hmm. So, it comes early this year.
So we're going to do a special Hanukkah
last
show.
year it was on the 25th.
I have a sweater that I wear every year that it lights up. It's a menorah, but the menorah has a battery pack in the.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding, and it lights up.
That's so cool.
And any other questions? I don't think we can we have to go out on that note of the littles are little, I guess. But it has been so awesome having you girls with us. You guys are so great. We can't wait until MeghansMole is back and better than ever on YouTube. But you know what? That's not going to bring her down. I know she hates it when I do this, but I would really appreciate it since Sussex Squad had her demonetized for
I'm
no
still
good.
hosting lives. Like I'm
Okay,
still doing lives here and there. Yeah.
Go
I'm
to
still
her
doing lives
PayPal.
once a week. But yeah, thank you. That's really sweet of you.
Yeah, but that's her PayPal. If you guys want to give a little extra, that would be really sweet. I would appreciate it, and so is Stephanie.
Hey,
she does so much work.
You do so much for everyone.
You do so much work. I get a lot of stuff, and
you all do.
You all do.
And Resting Dollface, you guys are just, and that's the thing, man. It's like this. We kind of have like a club now. It's like this women's club, and I like that.
Yeah.
So
we all actually have each other's backs.
We do.
I feel like we all have the same, like the fact that we're on YouTube, I feel like we're on there to actually get our voices out. We're not like so into our numbers and what we're making and stuff. We don't care, and we're not obsessed about that. And I think you can tell which creators are and which creators aren't.
Exactly.
You can tell which ones put up clickbaity headlines to get people into their chats or live streams, and some of us just want to get our voices out there.
I hate clickbait. I hate when YouTube creators make clickbait because I feel like it cheapens the rest of us.
Yeah, it really does drive me nuts.
Because we have a purpose here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care if the topic's boring. I'm still gonna write exactly what it is. I'm not gonna, I just wouldn't do that. It just wouldn't make sense. But we thank everybody out there. Thank you so much.
Listening.
We will definitely do this again. This was so much fun.
And we're gonna Sue, you gotta
do the Megan dance.
You gotta do the Megan dance as we're going out. And you and
no, here we go.
Shake it, lady, shake it.
Okay, bye, ladies.
Love you guys. Bye.